Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have my introduction for Pan That Palette for 2023. Pan That Palette was originally created by Amber F, who's linked down below. This year, I'm participating in two different collabs. I'm doing the Pantastic Ladies theme, which is Kicking It Old School, which is an old or an older palette. And then I'm also doing Better Together. This was a collab created by Paula. This was her entry into the Pantastic Ladies kind of voting for Pan That Palette, and it didn't win, but several people reached out to her, and so she created this collab. I believe it's open to anyone. I will have her introduction linked in the description box down below, along with the people I know who are participating. So if you are participating, you're not in my description box, let me know. So let's start with the one that's technically for Better Together, and that's this. This is my Red Velvet Cupcake palette from Glamlight. I worked on this last year. I'm a little with myself because I filmed that finale and I still had 5 or 6 pans left to hit, and then I hit them all. So I met my goal of hitting pan in every shade in this palette. And I mentioned once I did that, my next goal is going to be a finish goal. So I don't know that that will happen in 2023. I don't know if I'll finish all of them. I'm going to finish 1, maybe 2. I'm going to work on this red until that red is gone because I don't want any more reds. But yeah, so this is for Better Together. It does kind of coordinate with the other palette and we'll talk about that when we get there in just a second. But I will insert pictures. We'll do some swatching now. Yeah, we'll do swatching. Okay, I'm going to swatch each row for you. I can't read the names because I don't have my glasses on and I'm kind of blind. So this is the first row. This first shimmer is so pretty. I mean, all the shimmers are pretty in the Glamlight palettes. I can't really see it, but it shifts from gold to pink to orange. It's really, really pretty. I love the Glamlight formula. I know a lot of people are on the fence. If you are someone who doesn't like vivid colors in your crease and stuff, these may not be the mattes for you, because you have to remember that this company is run by a person of color, and she's going to create eyeshadows that will work on darker skin. So just keep that in mind. On the mattes, I've mentioned before, it's easier for me if I place them and then blend them. So this is row number 2. This one right here always just, every time I swatch it, I'm like, that's so beautiful. Put it all over my face. And then I don't, because I'm a dodo head. So yeah, I'm definitely going to work on, I have 3 reds, 4 reds, 5 reds, and palettes. And I am going to do my best to get all of them either hit pan, which is a goal for some of them, or get them out of my collection, because I just can't. I just can't. I don't like the way they look on me. I feel like I look like I literally have the plague from the 1500s. It's just, no. It's not for me, fam. It's not for me. Okay, last row. This first one was actually one that I used in my brows for a hot minute, and that's how I hit pan. And that's why the pan looks like it does. So this is row number 4. I can remember people giving her so much grief because, you know, the Red Velvet Cupcake didn't have a bunch of red, but I'm glad it didn't. So that's row number 4. So that is my palette for Better Together. I'm using Clinique makeup remover to get this off my hand because it's they do stain a little bit, so just be aware of that. Okay, so that's the first palette, Better Together, Red Velvet Cupcake. With that, it was really neck and neck on the voting, but I made the executive decision to bring in this one to pan. So for Kicking It Old School, I'm going to be working on my Profusion Neon palette. Now, as I've mentioned, this pinky coral is actually in Throwback 30s. So the other 9 are what I'm working on. And my first goal for this is to hit pan in the rest of the shades. And then after that, my goal is going to be to finish. Again, I don't know if that will happen this year, but that is 100% the goal. Now, there are 2 shades in this palette that work really well with this one, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to bring in Red Velvet. I'm opening that today. So there's Red Velvet. Wait. Well, technically these 3 shades, but especially this one and this one blend out so beautifully with this red. It's just, they're both so pretty. So here's the first one. And then here's the second one. I mean, look how pretty those blend out. So those definitely are going to get the majority of the use with that red, because they just, so if you have a red and then you have a coral or you have an orange, etc., those work beautifully together. This palette is the 10 pan palettes from Profusion used to be really, really awesome. I can't speak to them now because I haven't had a Profusion palette in forever. I panned one in 2022. I hit pan in the ones that I wanted to, and then I decluttered it because the formula just wasn't that great. And if you go back to like the beginning of my channel, I talk about how I love Profusion, how I love, Makeup Revolution. And I think if you're looking for a good inexpensive brand, those two, Profusion is probably the least expensive brand other than Shop Miss A that does produce some quality products. But I can't say whether or not it's still good because I haven't purchased from them in a while. And the main reason for that is because I've fallen in love with more kind of indie shadows, and that's where a lot of my purchasing has been leaning, is that way. So let me swatch this for you. There's one lone shimmer. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but there's one lone shimmer in this palette. So this is the first row. I don't know why I put that on my thumb, but I did. So this is the shimmer. I don't know that I would really call these neons per se, but they're really pretty. So this red probably won't get any use until I get done with the other reds. We'll see. I don't know yet. Again, I'm kind of prophesizing. I don't know yet. We haven't got into the future. So, and this is going up on the 10th, I believe. And it's such a weird date, especially because it's normally Partners in Cream, but I told you guys I'm skipping that one this year. But I'm trying to spread out my eyeshadow projects because as of today, I'm doing 6. I'm doing Beauty A to Z eyeshadow. I'm doing Build Your Own palette. I'm doing Pan That palette. I'm doing Pan Those eyeshadows. I'm doing Project Level Up. And I'm still working on Zodiac. So I'm doing 6 different eyeshadow projects. And I want to space them out. So that is why this is on the 10th and it didn't go up like on the 1st, the 3rd, etc. So that is why. If you were wondering, that was the method to my madness. Because I want to spread that content out. So here's the second row. This yellow actually is a really vibrant and pretty yellow. These didn't swatch great because I still have a little bit of that makeup remover on my hand. So those are the 2 palettes that I am going to be painting for 2023. And as I mentioned, my goal for the Red Velvet Cupcake is to finish. And I really think I may finish that red shade first. I'm going to be using it. You're going to see me in a lot of shades, a lot of orangey looks, and which is good because I think I'm painting 3 or 4 kind of shimmers that resemble that. So I'm really excited. I hope that you are too. Are you excited that I picked this one? Are you sad I'm not painting the ice cream palette? If you saw my same pan next year, you know that palette's going to get some love, even though it's not being panned completely. That's it, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Misty Pans. Again, if you're doing the Better Together PTP, please let me know if you're not in my description box. And if it gets to a point where there's 100,000 people, Paula, we may need to consider like a sign-up sheet. So it's in a list and I don't have 1,000 people in my description box. But yeah, all right, friends. Have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.